your Dharma talk about doing the big job, you don't pay attention to the small things. When we apply that to the practice, all those small things, it's always interfere with our big job. And when we doing a big job, we need to get rid of these small things that going around. Could you give me some more encouragement on this? So our patriarch words telling us the big job, and you have to know what is a big job. That big job is the circle of birth and death. You have to overcome that. So when we doing the practice, we always detach ourselves from all the small things happening around us that challenge us, interfere with our practice. We always need to go back to our practice. Don't let the mind trick you into doing something else but your practice. You don't pay attention to anything going around you, rich, poor, good, bad, or sickness or no sickness, health or no health. We always go back to our practice. This is why some people, sometimes they pay attention to their health, and when their health going down, they have some disease, they forgot about their practice. Even when you have the responsibilities in this life, that you have to do your work, and those are just the small things going around you. The big things here is to practice in order to overcome that circle of birth and death. So when you're still using your mind, your thinkings, attach yourself to those, which means you are paying attention to the small things. And you're using the Buddha words, the explanation from the patriarchs to be the excuse for not doing the practice. And that is the small things that you attach yourself to. But for the practitioners in the patriarch Zen, in order to have a strong mindset to practice, you have to believe in your own Buddha nature. The more you believe in your Buddha nature, the more you come back to the practice. When you believe that your Buddha nature had enough, everything there already for us to use. We just have to practice to realize that and use those that we already had. So all of the Dharma talk, all of those explanations always direct us back to the practice. The doubt is for us to not for us to attach to. It's not for us to hold on to, because the doubt has no form. The wisdom, the non-discrimination wisdom, is not something for us to attach to. When we doing the practice, we don't attach ourselves to all of these concepts. And when we do the practice correctly, nothing will affect our practice. Our mind is just like the wall. Nothing can affect it at all. Is that understandable? Yes. Thank you for your words. Pháp Từ. Next. There's a questions that I want you to give us some encouragement. Don't ignore the small things, even it's a small goodness, or it's a if you want to fill up a cup, you start with a drop of water. The small things will be something that we need to focus on in order to get the big things. So based on the previous questions, we need to start with the small things. We don't ignore them. So could you give us some encouragement on this? So those are just the words that the means to help us to detach ourselves from all of those words. It doesn't mean that when you're doing a big job, you ignore all the small things. As the Buddha said, a drop of water is small, however, it can erode away the rock if it keep on dropping. So this is only the encouragement of the patriots and the Buddha to help us to go back to the practice. Based on the practicing, we need to do all the goodness, stay away from all the bad things, and that is the way of the Bodhisattva work. It's just like our kids growing up, we need to direct them using the advice to direct them, and also disciplined in order to correct them when they're doing bad things. So that will prevent them to kill small things at first, and later on they can kill animals, the big animals, and then they can kill a person. And if we don't correct them or discipline them right at the beginning, that can be a problem later. So it's the same like the example of the drop erode away a rock when it keep dropping. So the attachment to words or knowledge can be a problem for us to walk toward our goal. When we attach ourselves to words or knowledge, that can be a problem for us to walk on the right path. So, on the way of our practice, we here doing the big things, we don't pay attention to small things. And the other way of talking is you need to do all the small things in order to reach the big things. These have no difference at all. It's just because of attachment that we had on these explanations that make it like contradiction. When we do in the practice, everything that happenings, we don't attach to them. And that is the way that we liberate ourselves from all the thinkings in our mind. So in the dualistic world, we need to apply words into the practice. Even the meanings seem like contradicted to each other, but with our practice, we don't have any problem at all with these words. That is the use of our non-discrimination wisdom when we practice. When we said that no achievement, that is also the achievement of non-achievement. So based on the words, we don't attach ourselves to them. Those only the teaching to direct us back to our practice. We apply them in our practice in order to walk toward the liberation of the mind from anything going on. When we practice to be straight, we need to enter the stream of practicing all the times. So we don't get out of stream of practice in order to attach ourselves to these words. So the meanings that the Buddha and the Patriarch use is only to help us to go back to the practice, not for us to attach to. Is that understandable? Yes, thank you for your words.
Bây giờ cũng hết giờ, kính chào thưa thầy, sư cô, bà đồng tham. Nam mô Bổn Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật.